Mark. We're here live at the WSWA bar studio, and I'm joined with two awesome people, the owners of a new brand, Brittany and Steve. Welcome.
Thank you, Troy. Appreciate it, buddy.
I'm excited for you to tell me about this whiskey that everyone here is talking about.
God, this is our first year, so as you can see, we're a mom and pop. You know, we brought our 1-year-old here. She's in fact in her room. Hopefully she's okay right now. So, but that's a joke. So
she's not drinking any whiskey, folks.
So yeah, so Screwball. It's you know, we've been making this product, and so I myself own several bars and restaurant, craft mixology bars, high volume bars, and I've been making peanut butter whiskey or peanut butter alcohol for the last decade. And
which is not easy to do, by the way.
Extremely difficult. About 5 years ago, you know, I said, okay, let's try to bottle this. And I thought I could, you know, launch it and be at WSWA in 3 months. Took me 5 years, and here we are now. So I have an incredible wife who is, who's also a pharmaceutical patent litigator, but have a master in chemistry. And that was how we created the world's first peanut butter whiskey that tastes like peanut butter.
So the brains behind the operation is your wife.
Yeah, I took the credit for it.
You got a beautiful face.
So why peanut butter?
So peanut butter, God, I mean, I'll try to make it as short as possible. Peanut butter have always been this like great memory for me, where my grandparents and my parents were both immigrants from China, migrated down to Cambodia during the Japanese invasions and the communist movement. Went down to Cambodia, picked the wrong country. During that time, there was whole Khmer Rouge genocide where they wiped out anybody who was essentially a screwball. A screwball, have related to, in my meaning, is that, you know, you and all of us right now is that we, you know, most people, hey, when we grow up, I want to be in the liquor business. They would think you're nuts. We're essentially a black sheep. Someone's nutty, eccentric, we're free thinker. We lead our own path. And that's why we call ourselves a screwball with the peanut butter and chocolate swirl with the lake dripping on it, surrounded by a sea of white sheeps right here. So that's, and then, but we found our crew. You know, we're a bunch of screwballs. Now we found our crew right here, and that's where we belong. We're not by ourselves. WSWA is for a bunch of screwballs out there. So, awesome. And why peanut butter? You know, after my parents survived the whole Khmer Rouge genocide, my grandparents, my aunts and uncles were murdered there. My parents survived. Around when I was 1 year old, I woke up paralyzed. So, unfortunately, I caught polio, which is an airborne virus that catching common cold, but it attacks your spinal cord. So I was paralyzed. My right leg was paralyzed. Parents gave up everything and crossed the landmine borders of Thailand, snuck into a refugee camp for about 6 years, stayed in their prison, stand in line for food, stand in line for water, for ration, and we finally got sponsored by a random act of kindness by a couple in OB. So Ocean Beach is where it's about 5 minutes from San Diego downtown. So hence there's a logo right there, OB California. So, you know, they want to make sure we're doing well. They gave us some apples, some wheat bread, and some peanut butter and jelly. I was like, at that moment, I was like, is this coming to America? Is this what America tastes like? So for me, it was the American dream, the taste of freedom. So ever since, I've been on the Food Network, I've been on numerous other shows where, you know, I'm doing peanut butter in my wings, peanut butter in all my cooking. So it's only, you know, right for me to do a peanut butter whiskey. And I can't do this without my wife right here, who without her, I wouldn't be up here right now. So
that's awesome. What do you think about peanut butter?
I mean, who doesn't love it, right?
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, from a kid, I've always loved peanut butter. I remember my mom cooking cookies in the kitchen, making peanut butter cookies, and we used to get peanut butter and jelly sandwiches as a kid, always to go to school. And so I tasted this whiskey earlier today, and I was like, oh my God, it brought me back to my childhood. So I'd love to make a cocktail for you, because this is what I do every day, is making drinks and trying to bring brands and bringing some excitement behind it. So I went back to my childhood, and I said, you know, what did I really love? I used to love raspberry jam. Some people like strawberry jam, grape jelly jam, but we used to do raspberry jam, so peanut butter and raspberry. So what I did was I took your whiskey and I did a quick infusion, 20 minutes, with a hibiscus raspberry and rose tea.
Wow.
And so what we're going to do is we're going to put that, but then we went one step further. We want to keep it adult and fun, and we don't want anyone falling asleep. So then we took some cold brew coffee and some fresh lemon juice.
Nice.
So we're going to shake that up, and we're going to make it a sour. We're going to make this a party cocktail.
I can't wait for you to taste this.
So let's do this.
Can't wait for you to taste it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
and it's bringing back, again for Troy, we're bringing back the forgotten taste of childhood back. You know what? Screwball is about fun. You know,
Absolutely.
and this is such a fun drink. We challenge bartenders out there. What can't Screwball go with? And that's how confident we are about this. Is one of the best mixology brand liquor out there to just play with, and it tastes incredibly. It just tastes
Well, you know what's
incredible.
funny is I was looking up what does peanut butter go with, right? And peanut butter actually goes with quite a bit of things. You know, as you start going through, you got vanilla, you can do raspberry, you got grape, you got coconut. There's so many flavors that can go with it.
Citrus.
Citrus for sure, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of this. So we did 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. We did 3/4 of an ounce of cold brew concentrate. Now concentrate's important because we don't want it watered down. And then we're gonna take 2 ounces of your whiskey. And that's already got a little bit of sweetness in there. That's why we don't need to add any more sugar. And who needs more sugar nowadays, right? Everyone's on a little bit less.
In here, right here, we use actually pure cane sugar also.
Which is great, right? So we're gonna take this, we're gonna put some ice in it. Just gonna get that going. Now the key, give it a good shake. All right. So have you ever shaken a cocktail before?
Let's give Troy a good space.
No, he's the bartender. I normally don't.
So we're gonna get that nice and seal, right? We're gonna get that nice shake going.
Style for a camera. Right?
We listen to the ice. We're the ice whisperers. All right. Now you know when it comes to a garnish, we could just throw a lemon wheel in there. We could put coffee beans on top, but that's not interesting enough.
That's not the
screwball way.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is, oddly enough, right? What makes it really delicious is fresh nutmeg.
Hit the nail on the head.
So we're gonna grate some fresh nutmeg over the top. Okay, and so got a nice little nutmeg there. I'm gonna put a little bit because coffee and nutmeg is really, really nice. And so this is our raspberry and rose screwball sour
Wow.
for you guys to
Amazing.
try.
Ladies first. I can't
Please
wait.
let me know.
Save some for me.
Delicious.
Wow. All right. Love it.
Smell the nutmeg on top. You get the
You definitely get the coffee and
get
everything.
the peanut butter in there. You don't lose the whiskey. You get the raspberry jelly.
Wow.
Cold brew.
Wow.
Awesome. I'm really excited for your success. I can't wait to see it in the markets. I wish you guys the best. Thank you so much for sharing your product with us, and we look forward to seeing everyone again. So thanks for being with us today.